Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. This week, I'm revisiting the best parts of the videos that you liked about our region the most. The Horn of Africa, including Somalia, Somaliland, Djibouti, Ethiopia. These are the segments that you loved watching. Building in Somalia, Somaliland, Djibouti, or Ethiopia is like organizing a Somali wedding. Everyone is excited, the plan looks good. But by the end, half the guests didn't even get food. And nobody remembers who paid for what. I'm Engineer Abdurrahim Mohammed, your construction therapist. And today we are tackling the real building headaches in Horn of Africa. Weak foundation, poor workmanship, zero quality control, lack of supervision, and budget that disappears faster than eat meat on day one. Because whether you're in Mogadishu, Hargeisa, Djibouti City, or Chiga, one wrong move and your dream home could become neighborhood's bunchmai. Part 1. Poor foundations are like Somali tea. If you don't balance the sugar, milk, and spice, everyone complains. If you don't balance the soil, steel, and concrete, the house complains. Ahmed built a house in Hargeisa. Skipped the soil testing. When the rainy season came, the cracks spread faster than election rumors on Facebook. On the other hand, Fatima built a house in Djibouti, spent $400 on proper soil checks. Neighbors mocked them. 10 years later, their house is solid, and their neighbors' homes tilted like a satellite dish in a windstorm. Solution: always check your soil. If the labs are too expensive, at least dig test pits and check the groundwater. Don't just say Allah is with us and hope for the best. Part 2. Poor workmanship. Workmanship in Horn of Africa. Everyone is a builder. Yesterday, the guy who was selling qad in the market. Today, he's laying blocks. Tomorrow, he'll be running for the parliament. In Mogadishu, Farah laid bricks, so uneven that the walls look like a camel's back. One strong gust of wind, collapse. In Chiga, Yusuf checked references and hired trained masons. Their walls were straighter than a madrasa student's handwriting. Visitors thought that the house was designed abroad. Solution: always check workers' past projects. If the walls look like a zigzag road in the mountains, don't hire them. Part 3. Poor quality control. Quality control, many skip it. Some use salty beach sand for concrete. Looks good today, but in few years, the house rusts faster than minibus in Berbera rain. A villa in Bosasa looked fantastic on day 1. By year 3, the balcony fell like a loose sandal strap. In Kismayo, the owner demanded wash sand and fresh cement. Contractors complained today that the house stronger than the security at a qad shop during rush hour. Solution: wash your sand, check cement expiry dates. If your builder argues, remind them salty sand today equal to salty tears tomorrow. Part 4. Lack of supervision. Supervision. Too many diaspora send money and just pray. Prayer is good, but prayer doesn't check mixed ratios. One investor came back from London. Instead of a villa, he found a random chaos building in his compound. Workers had opened a mini shop selling biscuits. Another family in Hargeisa hired a site supervisor. Weekly WhatsApp calls, photo updates. Result: no freelancing, no side shops, just a house they wanted. Solution: if you can't be there, pay for a supervisor, or at least demand a photo with dates now. Otherwise, your villa might turn into a duplicate. Part 5. Underestimating and overestimating costs. Budgets. Many start small, but dream big. Some says, with $10,000, I'll build a palace with marble floors and 3 kitchens. Brother, even Alibaba can't do that. In Baidabo, a family ran out of cash halfway. For months, they lived in a house that was half plastered, half bare blocks. They called it modern rustic design. In Boro, a family budgeted realistically and added 20% buffer. When cement prices spiked, they were fine. They even finished early and still had money for curtains. Solution: always add 15 to 20% extra. Prices change faster than phone numbers on a SIM card. A caution today equals no panic tomorrow. Can you imagine rebuilding a whole city from scratch after decades of war? In Somalia, that's not imagination. That's Monday morning. Today we're diving into one of the wildest architectural rebirths in Africa. Forget everything you think you know about African development, because while the world sees headlines, I see cranes, concrete and courage. Somalia isn't just rebuilding walls, it's rebuilding hope brick by brick. But trust me, it's not all smooth. Between informal land deals, missing skilled workers, and concrete that sometimes act like a biscuit dough, this story is a real adventure. Part 1. Navigating the quagmire of Somalia unique rebuilding hurdles. Let's start with a reality check. Rebuilding Somalia is like trying to fix a car while still moving, and sometimes someone else owns half the car. First, land ownership after years of conflict. Who owns what land? Some plots have more claims than a WhatsApp group after a wedding dinner. Families return to find someone already built on their land, so architects end up doubling as negotiators, lawyers, and sometimes peacekeepers. Then there's the mix of old and new. Traditional Somali builders use coral stone and lime plaster, material that have lasted for centuries. But modern urban planning, it says, give me glass, give me steel. It's like your grandma and your Gen Z cousin trying to decorate the same living room. Both right, both stubborn. And then the workforce. There's a shortage of trained workers. Some projects bring in labor from Kenya or Ethiopia. Locals say, why import masons when you have youth here? But training takes time, and time costs money. In short, Somali rebuilding challenge isn't just concrete and steel. It's coordination, culture, and catching up. Part 2. Innovation in adversity, local solutions and global partners. Now here's where the story gets good, because even with all those headaches, innovation is booming. Somali architects are doing magic with local materials. Coral stone, it's back, it's lightweight, cool, and perfect for our coastal heat. In Mogadishu, some builders are even mixing recycled concrete with coral blocks. Then we have recycled materials, steel from old ships. Containers turn into schools and offices. Tires turn into garden walls. It's sustainability Somali style. Diaspora investors and NGOs are jumping in too. They are funding green design, solar-powered hospitals and coastal eco-resorts. These projects show that rebuilding doesn't have to mean copying Dubai. It can mean reimagining Africa on Africa's own terms. And some of our local heroes, Somali architects, are designing buildings that don't just stand, they speak. Design that honor culture while staying modern. That is not charity, that is creativity meeting survival. Part 3. The human element. Culture, community and construction. Now let's talk about heart, because architecture here isn't just about buildings, it's identity. In Somali culture, homes have always been social. The fadi area, the shared courtyard, the spaces for endless tea and louder debates. These are not just traditions, they are blueprints for connection. So new architects are blending those cultural spaces into modern designs. Imagine glass offices with Aqal-style meeting pots, or housing blocks where every family still share a central courtyard. Communities are also stepping in. In Kismaya and Garowe, people are joining planning meetings, voting on design, and even painting their own neighborhoods. Because when people build together, they protect together. And don't forget the psychology of decades of destruction. Every wall built isn't just structure, it's therapy. It's proof that hope is stronger than war. Look closely at these images. Beyond the headlines, beyond the rubble, a powerful story is rising. Somali architecture rebirth isn't just about walls, roofs, or roads. It's about people. Dreamers, workers, engineers, and families rebuilding their nation, one brick, one blueprint, one heartbeat at a time. And if we keep innovating, collaborating, and believing, Somalia won't be just catching up with the world, it will be inspiring it. I'm Engineer Abdurrahim Mohammed. Subscribe for more stories where Africa builds, not just survives, because we're not just rebuilding houses, we are rebuilding hope.